Here with columnist Bob Robb, I'm Richard Rellis, and people spend their time in quarantine in varying ways, such as maybe reading the Federalist Papers. But Bob, you say they give us some instruction on how to consider whether Donald Trump can be impeached now that he's left office.
And what I conclude from it is a reluctant conclusion. I do think Trump engaged in impeachable behavior of a serious enough nature that it warrants banning him from office. But I think the best reading of the constitutional language, as illuminated to a certain extent by what's written in the Federalist Papers, despite other legal scholars that have reached a different conclusion, is that disqualification cannot be considered separate from the decision to remove. And there is no decision to remove. The guy's gone. He's in Florida. He's not in the White House.
So once they have because of the way it's worded, the decision to remove needs to come first. And you say it would take a strained reading to sort of separate that out. Is it political? Do you think that people like Senator Paul made such a reasoned constitutional argument, or were they playing politics with their reasoning?
Well, there were 45 Republicans who voted for Paul's motion to dismiss the case as unconstitutional because removal was not possible. And there would be mixed motivations. Paul, I think, is a pretty careful reader and staunch supporter of the constitutional order. So I believe in his particular case, it likely was sincere. I'm sure that for many of the Republicans who supported it, it was a political calculation, a way to dodge having to render a vote on whether Trump's behavior was impeachable and of sufficient severity that he should be banned from office.
Right, and I guess that's going to be the question going forward is, well, for some people, what the founding fathers would have concluded had they seen this situation. Do you think they would have rewritten some of this language to make it clearer, or did they make it clear in the Federalist Papers, it sounds like, sort of inform that this is what they actually meant, remove and then ban?
I think it was a conscious decision to limit the power of impeachment to existing office holders. In Britain at the time, there was the ability not only to impeach former office holders, but private citizens, and to punish them not just with removal from office or a ban on holding future office, but actually imprison them. And there was a conscious decision not to adopt that model wholesale. And so given that in the Article 2 that deals with the executive branch, the only thing that's mentioned is subject to removal. And the Article 1 legislative power is expressed in the conjunction removal and, not removal or. I believe that it's fairly clear that they thought constitutionally this was to remove a bad actor from office. And while you're doing that, consider whether that person should be banned, but that the power of impeachment did not apply to private citizens, as Donald Trump has now become.
A fascinating look back in history, but thanks for taking us back there, Bob.
You bet.